tonight. My name is Gray Sim Pilot. I'm a real-world A320 captain bringing my love for aviation flight simulation to all you wonderful people out there. How are you all doing out there tonight? Hello, good evening. Draco, how are you doing? Max Reason, welcome, buddy, to the live stream tonight. Got something a little bit different than what I usually do. I have a slightly different setup this evening, so hopefully everything goes nice and smoothly. I've gotten Streamlabs now, so that's a new thing to the channel, is Streamlabs, and a nice little surprise in Streamlabs for you there. Well, not for the ones who are here now, but any of the future subscribers out there get a nice little alert that'll pop up now whenever we get any new subscribers on the stream. So making some small advancements here and there on the channel, so that it will be quite fun to see the first subscriber pop up on stream here. Don't know when that's gonna happen, but yeah, you never know. But this evening as well, changing it up again. We're still doing turn and burn, but this time we are all the way in Athens, Greece. We'll be flying, and I think I'm saying this correctly. Volotea, I think that's how you say it, Volotea, from Athens to Santorini and back. This route has a tiny little special place in my heart, simply because my sister got married in Santorini some time ago, and so we got to fly all the way out to that beautiful Greek Isle there, and this is the airline that we took on the way back. So gonna get to actually do the route that we took out there on the airline we took out there. So kind of really cool to kind of do that. A little special place in my heart for this airline 1 and Santorini 2. But also the other reason I absolutely love this airline is the livery. It's very, very recognizable. The what would you call that? The picnic pattern, whatever you want to call that, like the picnic cloth or picnic something. Yeah, it's a very, very, very cool looking pattern. So excited to get that up in the air and on the way. It is a quick flight down to Santorini this morning, looking at about 35 minutes of flying time once we're in the air, and hopefully we'll get to see a few beautiful Greek islands on the way down and do an approach we usually don't do in the simulator, or we don't do that often in real life either, which is a VOR approach. So yeah, some fun things this evening on the way down to Santorini. I'm going to go ahead and we will hop onto the flight deck and get everything started up here. First, let's go ahead and see. We'll import our flight. There we go. Okay. Let's see. What's our loading time going to be? 22 minutes? Yeah, we'll go ahead and begin loading you up. We come up top. We'll get the IRs aligned. Our flight control panel looks good here. Evac panel looks good. The emergency electrical panel looks good there. The GPWS panel looks good. Terrain fault is okay. We'll turn the recorder ground control on and we'll get that tested. There's our little tone there. Oxygen panel looks good. Calls panel looks good. And our wiper is off. Good. We'll come on up to the fire protection panel. Test engine 1. The APU. and engine 2. That all sounds good. The hydraulic panel looks good. The fuel panel is set for now. Our electrical panel all looks good there. The air conditioning panel all looks good, and the ice is good. Per window heat auto. Pressurization is auto. That all looks good. Our external lights are set how I want them. Let's go ahead and we'll just get the APU fired up at this time. Max Racing says, cool of you, our approach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Max Racing. Something you don't get to do that often. And the winds just so happen to be favoring that runway, and all they have is no approaches to that runway. So, yeah, we'll be doing the viewer approach into runway 33 into Santorini. Let's go ahead and arm the emergency lights there. We'll bring the volume to the PA on the third ACP up to the 3 o'clock position. Data, we want the VHF3 to be in data. That's good. Flight control here looks good. Cargo heat, it looks good. Cargo smoke is all good. Our ventilation panel looks good. Engine panel looks good. Let's go ahead and go down to, and our wiper is off on the FO side. Let's go to our glare shield, starting from left to right. All of our lights should be off and extinguished. I'm going to switch these on over to hectopascals because that's what they're using. And let's go ahead and see. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's see what the QNH is. 1020. So we'll go ahead and set 1020 in there once, twice, and come on, stop scrolling. Okay, this is starting to get annoying. Alrighty, thrice. I'm glad it doesn't zoom nearly as much per scroll in 2024. Alrighty, so we get 1020 set thrice. We want flight directors on. We want to be on constraints arc 10 nautical miles. Let's see, the center FCU here. We want that's just displayed in our window. All the lights should be off. We should be in heading vertical speed. That looks good. On the first officer EFIS panel, we want the same thing. Flight director on. Constraints 10 miles arc, and all of us lights extinguished over there. Coming over to the main instrument panel, captain side, PFD on the left, ND on the right. ISIS is aligned or aligning. Upper ECAM display on the upper, or ECAM display on the lower. Brake fans off. Landing gear is down through green, and his kit is armed. Let's see, and our date and time are approximately correct. And our landing gear down the red arrow light there on our first officer side. The ND should be on the left. The PFD should be on the right. We can adjust the brightness as need be. Let's go ahead and click on FMGC here. We want CFM 565B6. That looks good with the current database. That's good for about another day or so. And then we shall update our database there. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get the initialization going. The VHF, that looks good. We'll use 22.8. No one's online except us. And our ACP looks good. Lights are set however we need it. The radar's off, wind shear is off. That's good. Let's go over and test out our recall and clear functions here. Recall. And that looks good. We'll clear that. Those levers are idle. Trim is at 0. Engine master's off. Engine mode is norm. Speed brakes is armed. Flaps are up. Digits displayed on the rotor trim window here, and our gravity gear extension is stowed. First officer side, we can go ahead. I'm going to bring up the ATSU here. We'd be checking the same thing, make sure the database is current, but I'm going to bring up the ATSU on this side so I can bring up the initial load sheet. We'll click accept there. His radio panel looks good as well. This ACP is all set already. Lights are set, and we'll leave 7,000 in there as our squawk. That looks good. The last thing we want to do is check our accumulator. So we will hold on to the brakes there. Release the parking brake. Depress the left one. Looks good. Depress the right one. That looks good. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and set the brakes. Excellent. Alrighty then. All of that is set. Let's go ahead and program our FMC to get going here. We're going to be Volotea A319 E3318. There we go. Our cost index see if I can bring it up on here. Cost index. Beautiful plan. There we go. I know. Alrighty. So our cost index is going to be a cost index of 36. We'll load that in there. We'll be cruising along at 19,000 feet. So we'll put 190 in there. Let's see. The ISO deviation is -2, so 2 degrees colder. That's going to be 27 degrees. Current temperature outside is 9 degrees. We'll go ahead and put that in a big font there. We'll zero out the route reserve. Zero fuel weight. We're estimating a zero fuel weight of 117.7. And a zero fuel weight CG of 29.3. A block fuel of 16.2. Excellent. And let's go ahead and go to our departure. We'll take off of runway 3 right. It's going to be the Kilo Echo Alpha 1 Echo. 1 Echo. That's the first one here. There we go. We'll go ahead and insert that. That does look like it connects right up to our airway. Lima 607 to Nidas. Bravo 34 to Pexon. And we won't put an arrival in. It won't work if I put an arrival in, but we will put the VOR Bravo 33. Is going to be MIL, I think it is. We'll insert that. Yep. So that looks good. So that should take us right onto the DME arc for the VOR approach there. Excellent. We'll go back to our winds page. We'll request our winds. Did you do the OSO check? Oh, I did not do the OSO check. No, I did not. Thank you, Max Racing. So yeah, you definitely, that's one of the things you do pretty much right after you turn the electrical power onto the airplane. You want to do your oil. So we want 13.5 quarts. We got 15.5 for good. Hydraulics, they should be in the fill range. They are status Cat 2, that's normal. You don't want any odd status messages hung over from when it's turned on. And then your oxygen, 1800 psi. It's always 1800 psi. So we're good on the oxygen there. Thank you very much, Max Racing, for reminding me to do the OSO check, making sure we don't leave without any of our required fluids there. Let's go ahead and try to get some performance data, shall we? So let's go into our iPad here. 3 right dry. We'll sync the load sheet. That's going to be 135.5, 135.5, and 27.7. And we don't take credit for headwinds. Alrighty, we'll calculate that out and we'll send that to the make do. Nope, I wanted that panel. There we go. Excellent. So that's all in there. I'm not gonna. I went to Blackbox 711's website to see what the EOC it is. It seems a little complicated, so we'll just say we'll keep it over the water. We'll fly out over the water and then just keep it out over there. As I said, however, they do an NADP1 departure out of here, so we're gonna do our thrust reduction at 1810, and then our acceleration at 3310. And then our EO acceleration is 1900. There we go. All set there. So we all have that in there. We're ready for our NADP1 noise abatement departure procedure. And 290 for our descent. And let's go ahead into our secondary. We shall copy our secondary. Excellent. Alrighty, and what we can do now is we can verify our route. So what we're going to do, so we'll go to plan mode. I will bring up our SID here. Pretty simple SID out of here. So we'll bring that up. I can hide you, get you slightly bigger. Boop. There we go. So departing 3 right. It's going to be a 032 course to this first fix, Alpha Victor 033 at max at 235 knots. So that looks good. Then AV 035. And then we'll go down to Kilo Echo Alpha. I do not know how you say the name of that VOR, but that's the VOR we're going to go to. For some reason, out or below 240, we're only climbing up to 19, so that shouldn't be too bad there. We should be good there. Then from there, we will pick up the Lima 607. We'll take that all the way to Netis. And then from Netis, we'll go take the Bravo 34. Okay. I don't think it's really that far to Pexin. And then Pexin is going to be on the VOR Bravo to runway 33. It's a DME arc, so that's why you see that huge arc in there. We're going to be doing a large swinging DME arc going in there. It's a 10 DME arc, so pretty much going almost all the way around the island to come back in from the south side there. Excellent. So the route looks like it checks. Let's see, we got 174 miles. That's right, you want to check your segment distance as well. 165 miles, so that looks reasonable to me. All right. Let's see. So with that completely done, let's go ahead and brief up our departure, shall we? Are you ready, Ghost FO? Yep. Look at that Turkish Airlines 777 in the background. Absolutely beautiful. Alrighty. What are your threats? Well, a little bit of terrain out here, but we'll have terrain on ND ups so we can avoid it, and our engine failure procedure will just pretty much be going out over the water and staying out over the water. I would agree with that. We'll pretty much head out over the water and then hook a right turn and come back down over the water. So if we're departing this way, we'll just, if we lose an engine, we'll go out straight and then we'll turn right and then just head out this way. You can't head a mountain over water, so that's there we go. Yep, Ghost FS is ready. Excellent. Alright, so we'll depart runway 3 right. We'll push back. I'll probably start both engines. It's a super short taxi, so I'll probably start both of the engines up. We'll run a before takeoff checklist to the line, and then we will begin our taxi out, and we can do below the line on a taxi out there. So it'll be, I'll just go out Hotel Delta 3 and Delta to Delta 1, which would be our holding point there. When we do get there for our takeoff today, let's plan on doing a flaps 1, flex, standard reject considerations. Any questions about what we reject for? Nope. Okay. In the event of an engine failure, like we said, we'll continue out over the ocean, then make a right-hand turn and go out over the ocean some more. We'll clean up the aircraft, work the ECAM, and plan an emergency return to runway 3 right. Otherwise, we'll continue out on the SID. The first fix straight ahead. We got a max restriction of 235 knots. Let's go ahead and put our cruising altitude, since no one is online. We'll put 19,000 feet in there. It's going to be the top altitude. There is no departure frequency, and we're going to just squawk 7,000. There we go. Questions, comments, or concerns? Anything else you'd like to add to the briefing there, Ghost FO? Let's see. 121 out of the 122 passengers on board. Nope. Alrighty. We got these aligned. The ground control is on. I'm doing a different flow right now. Our altimeters are set. We got dashes and dots. That looks good. Brake is set with the triple indicator checked. There's a different angle to look at it. Let's see. Let's get to our data, position monitor, and we just are checking for reasonableness. So 3755.7, 3756.2, and 023 56.7 56.5. So we're pretty much on the Athens airport. That looks good there. ND looks good. We have V1, V2, climate nav, blue flight directors 1 and 2. And we can go ahead and check our oxygen real quick. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the pumps on. External power is off. Bleed air is off. We could turn the seatbelt sign on. I think they're done boarding, right? Yeah, they're done boarding. The doors are closed. So we'll go ahead and turn the beacon light on. And let's check one more time. We got our fuel balance. Pumps are on. That looks good. Hydraulics are all within the fill line there. Pressurization. I don't know why it's doing that bump, but we should be seeing the auto elevation there, and then checking the oil quantity one more time. Excellent. So now we can perform a before start checklist. We got the recorder ground control that is on. Our flight forms and maintenance log is on board, reviewed aircraft, Delta Hotel. Fuel quantity, the 16.2 required, 16.1 is on board. Takeoff performance, we have 150, 150, 153 with a flex of 68. Oxygen checked. Seatbelt sign on. ECAM checked. Park brake is on and checked. MCDU is set. Altimeters is 1020. And departure briefing is reviewed. Before start checklist is complete. Any cruise stories for us? No real cruise stories. I've had some really funky trips lately. But I did get to, well, let's close up here. Get the pushback going. There you go. Head outside for the pushback here. We are all ready to go for pushback. I was able on this last trip to meet up with a buddy I hadn't seen in 6 years, I think. So that was cool. Got to catch up with him, see how things are going on in his life. Always kind of cool when you can meet up with a friend on, well, it wasn't on an overnight. I was really kind of laying over at an airport, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully. Alright, I don't see, well, this is all FSLTL traffic, so that's good. I literally think no one is online. I mean, I would hope not. It's, what? It's 1 o'clock in the morning over in Greece right now, so yeah, I would hope that no one is online, but you know, you never know. Alrighty. Alright, ground and flight deck. Yeah, go ahead, ground. Set brakes. Brake set. Alright. All clear below. Fog check complete. Steering and disengaged with brake pads pin installed. Standing by for brake release. Ready to push out. Alright. Brakes released. Clear to push. I want reverse. That's what I was looking for. I could not figure that one out to save my life. There we go. So we'll just push on to hotel here. We'll start up both engines and get this show on the road. How are things going out where you are, Max Racing, out in the Houston area? I don't know if it's as far south as where you are, but I think like another snowstorm is out there in the middle of the country, something like that. So hopefully you guys aren't getting any of that insanely cold weather. Alrighty, let's go ahead and turn number 1. That sounds like a good start. Let's do number 2. Set brakes. Brake set, clear to disconnect the interphone. Air being cleared, disconnecting your interphone. Have a safe flight. Alrighty. Thank you very much. Surprised I actually got in all the verbiage this time. Excellent. Looks like we have 2 good starts. Whenever you're ready, flaps 1. Alrighty. And after start checklist, the engine anti-ice is off, status is checked, and the rudder trim is 0. After start checklist is complete. Well, let's go ahead. Let's see. We should have a closeout. So, let's go ahead and get our final load sheet here. We closed out at 117.7 on the 0 fuel weight. That checks. And MAC 0 fuel weight of 29.3. That also checks. We can go ahead and return. And actually, I'll keep you up. I think that's how I was doing that. I'll keep you up. Doing something a little bit different now. And let's go ahead right into our flight control check, shall we? Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. Rudders. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. Auto brakes will go to max. Max takeoff is 27.7. So we will do. So what we're looking for here is for this scale to be about 27.7. It's around about there. That's yeah. Around about there. It should be 27.7. There we go. And let's go ahead and do a takeoff config. Yep, just like I thought. That's why we were going to do our checklist here, so we can give the cabin plenty of time to prepare. Alrighty, before takeoff checklist, we have 1 planned and 1 indicated takeoff data and speeds. Those are all checked. Our weight, we're looking at 133.8, and we were planning on I need to go up 1 more. 133.5 and actually 135.5 actually. So we're well below what we were planning on with our numbers. So what we're checking on is this weight is lower than the weight that we used for our takeoff performance numbers. So our takeoff performance numbers here, if I bring that up, was calculated at 130. No, I swear I put 135. Yeah, 135.5. So this weight is below this weight, so these numbers are valid. That's what we're looking for there. Alrighty. Stab trim 27.7% and 27.7%. Flight controls are checked. ECAM memo. Takeoff cabin blue. Before takeoff checklist is still aligned. Alrighty, we'll release the brake and get going here. I think the cabin should be ready here momentarily. In fact, I'll just go ahead and make a PA now. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. I'll say in Europe, cabin crew. Everything over in Europe just sounds so much more refined. Cabin crew. That's their cabin crew members. Well, this the last few days have certainly been crazy in terms of the flying. It has been. It's so this last winter storm, the one that literally just like hit like a day or two ago up in the Northeast. That was super fun. Been in up in the Northeast and having to deal with probably the most amount of snow I've ever seen fall actively while I was at work. Like, I've been to places where, yeah, it's been like snow on the ground or whatever, but like, no, this has been like, it was some heavy snow that passed. Like, I did one leg one of the days. I literally burned out the battery on my iPad in one leg. That's how much I was on it, looking up stuff, finding stuff, going into charts, all types of crazy stuff, man. So it was definitely crazy. And then on top of that, it was windy as all get out too. I'm just glad my FO chose, just so happened to choose the leg that had the crazy winds on it. And he did a phenomenal job. Alrighty, let's go below and I'll tell you more about that, his landing, once we get up and cruise here. Alrighty, so let's see, below the line, runway and FMS. I'll put you on perf and you on flight plan. We got 03 right in the box on the on my screen and out the window. That is checked, men. Take off of fuel. Let's see here. Minimal takeoff fuel. We need like next to no fuel on this flight. 5.9 is required. We have 15.9 on board. Flight attendants notified. Engine mode norm, and the TCAS is TARA. Before takeoff checklist is complete. There we go. We are all set and ready to go here. Yeah, I'll definitely have to tell you about, I mean, it's not going to be about his landing as much as it's about flying the Airbus when it's gusty out. It's something different. All right, so final appears to be clear. Our runway is clear. Let's go ahead and take the runway, shall we? Forgot to turn the volume of the sim down. That's okay. I don't have to turn it up for the takeoff. There we go. I wonder if Athens is really this hilly. Like, you can definitely tell, like, as we made that turn, the aircraft started slowing down because we were pretty much right on a hill here. All right. Whoop. Got myself out of sync there. Alrighty. Turn just a little bit back onto the center line here. Excellent. Let's go. Knife sight stick down, 50%. Looks good. Wait. Did I ever unlock the pedals? Nope, that's why. Alrighty, let's go. Flex. Thrust set. 80 knots. Checked. B1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. climb set. So you notice the difference between an NADP 1 and an NADP 2 as you're going to climb all the way up to 1,500 feet, and then you're going to go climb power, and then you're going to climb another 1,500 feet before you actually begin accelerating. Not like this actually changes anything with our flex rating being so high. We're already at a pretty quiet noise level, but it is what it is. Ooh, +5 out. Let's go ahead and get the engine eye ties on. Alright, well I made that take unnecessarily long. Alright, there you go. We've made it past our speed. Flaps up after takeoff checklist. Beautiful. Get that turn going. We're through our transition altitude here. Transition standard. There we go, standard. I'll let that come back in. We'll go ahead and get the lights off. And we'll let the flight attendants know we are out of sterile. Alrighty, we can go ahead and get autopilot 2, or sorry, autopilot 1 on. I don't know why I would turn autopilot 2 on, that'd be weird. And at the same time, we can go ahead and turn the engine anti-ice off, and actually, since I was so busy hand flying, I forgot to actually do the after takeoff checklist. The landing gear is up, the flaps are up, pressurization is checked. After takeoff checklist is complete. Excellent, there we go. I'll bring the volume down to a little bit more of a reasonable level. There we go. It's about reasonable. And let's see. What I'll probably do. Yeah, why not? We got time. Let's go ahead and do it while we have the time here. Since we don't have a star, I'll just bring up the approach and we can verify the approach. Nope, I don't want to make you big. I just want to move you over there. All right, excellent. So we'll step on through our fixes here. So we have Pexon, and then we have the Santorini 12. So Santorini 12 DME at about 3,500. That checks right here on the chart there. And then we're going to make our DME arc all the way around till we get to this cross radial here. So once we reach that 131 cross radial, which is at about 3,000 feet, then we're going to make our inbound turn to the CD324 fix there, and then inbound to the final FD 324, and then the runway. So it's looking like from the final to the runway is 3 miles. Yep, 3 miles. That looks good. The missed approach should take us straight out and then back around 2,500 feet, then back around to the Santorini VOR. Excellent. We'll hold over Santorini. That looks good. That's been verified. Excellent. That makes it easy when you don't have to do like this insanely massive arrival briefing. You can just, verify the approach, put what you need in, and you're pretty much done. So rad nav, when we get a little bit closer, I will probably, we can go ahead and select you and bring you all the way up to 345 or 340, something like that. There. So what'll probably happen is once I get a little bit closer, we'll go ahead and hard tune the Santorini VOR. So we'll hold off on that for now. Is that managed now? We want LGSR runway 33. There we go. So we'll put that in there for funsies. We'll put 0.3. Don't need to, but we will. And let's go ahead and put in our weather information for Santorini. So let's see. Santorini weather. It looks like the winds are to the north at 9, so 360 at 9. The temperature is 13 degrees, a little bit warmer down there. Excellent. And the temperature, QNH 1019, so 1019er. There we go. So we got 1019er. I'll go ahead and pre-select that. That's set once, set twice, and set thrice. There we go. We can go ahead and get those off, that off. Excellent. We'll let them stand up while we can, while we're leveled off here in cruise. All right. Man, that's not too bad at all. Do some island watching as we fly on down. You can barely see some of the islands down there. A little cloudy. That's okay. You can see a little bit through the clouds. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So speaking about windy approaches, I mean, my first officer, I do not know how he did it, but it made an amazing approach, amazing landing during some crazy winding conditions, and the Airbus is kind of a unique bird with its fly-by-wire system, in the aspect of you don't get the full feedback from wind coming back through the control surface. So like you in a conventional airplane, like anytime the wind is moving the airplane or the flight control surfaces, you can feel it in the yoke. You can feel it, and you can react accordingly. It kind of gives you a lot of information to act on. Whereas when you're talking about the fly-by-wire or the Airbus, you don't feel anything. The airplane's just moving, so you're reacting to whatever the airplane is doing, and a lot of times that leads you to be just lagging slightly behind what the airplane's doing. So it can get really, really difficult really, really quickly when it comes to landing the Airbus. You see a lot of these streamers out there that get their side stick cam and stuff like that. And you just see them on a calm wind day, the side sticks all over the place. You're like, no, you do not want to do that at an Airbus. We call that stirring the pot, and you don't want to start stirring the pot, because that's how you get yourself into an oscillation, and it just leads to a bad landing. I'm not saying it's you can't land from it, but it's not going to be like you're not going to get a butter out of that. But when it's windy, I mean, the side stick is all over the place. And when I say all over the place, you could literally go from full left side stick to full right side stick in just seconds, trying to keep the wings level. A few of my buddies were talking about the wind here the last few days, saying that I think a few of them were in the same situation where they pretty much got to full stick and was like, well, if the wings don't come level here in a few more feet, I guess I'm going around. It's one of those things where that's what we fly in the simulator doesn't always translate to what you feel in the real world, and it's a weird feeling. It's just a weird feeling trying to do a gusty landing in an Airbus, especially if you're coming from a conventional style airplane with a yoke and cables and stuff like that. So it is very different. But I give my props to my FO. Did a fantastic job, and it was actually interesting because when we were done, he actually thanked me for not micromanaging him down the approach. I just said, hey, my only word of advice to him was, hey, let the auto brakes do auto brake things. You in a crosswind, especially gusting crosswind, you don't want to kick off the auto brakes. That's the kiss of death right there. I mean, it's not the kiss of death. I don't mean that literally, but it's you're asking for a lot more work once you turn off those auto brakes, because now you're alternating your rudder pedals left and right to track the center line, and you're having to apply even brake pressure, and because the brakes don't always apply evenly, you're having to use differential pressure on the brakes while you're kicking the rudders left and right to track center line. It can be a lot of work, when you're landing in a crosswind like that. So I just said, hey, let the auto brakes do auto brake things, and you'll be perfectly fine. And he did. He let the auto brakes do their thing, and I just kind of shut up. I let him do his thinking, because I mean, who wants to have someone in your ear the entire time, talking to you or yelling at you or whatever it is that someone's going to be doing while you're trying to think about what the airplane's doing to land a stinking airplane. So I just find it's best to, I gave my little bit of advice, and I'm gonna be quiet, because I know we're all thinking really hard when it comes to the landing phase, and if I don't like how things are going, I'm gonna say 2 words. Anybody, you know what 2 words I'm gonna say? No one wants to chime in on the 2 magic words you can say at any landing. I guess I'll give you the answer. Ooh, we're turning. Where are we turning at? Over. Oops. Time to slow down. Oh, man. All right. We'll go ahead and slow you back down. We want to get it slowed back down to our descent speed pretty much before I might hit the descent button here soon. And let's go ahead and put 1700. That's the bottom. 2000, and then click you over, and then 1700. There you go. And then I'm gonna manage you on up. And because it's just us, you know what we can do? This is what is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put in the Santorini VOR. So now I'm gonna hard tune this VOR SNI. So let's go ahead and do that. That is hard tuned. We'll go ahead and set that up on each side there. Sweet deal. And guess what I can do? I can see if I can arm up the approach. There we go. Make it easy for us. Sometimes it's nice when you can just fly offline and do your own thing. Alrighty, we're through 18,000 feet. The exterior lights are going to come on the way, and the seatbelt sign can come back on. Let's do a descent checklist. Altimeters. Transition level, I think, is, let's see where the transition level is here. 5,500. There we go. Auto brake is low. Perf approach pages. Oh, I didn't put anything. I didn't finish my backwards Z double D there. I was too busy trying to get to telling a story. Alrighty, 1,700. Alrighty. Now we're fully set. Arrival briefing. Alrighty, so that's the other thing we didn't get to. Alright, Ghost FO, you ready? Any threats? It's a VOR approach, and that's the biggest threat there, and a little bit of terrain immediately to the left of the runway there. Yep, those are the biggest threats. For the terrain, we'll have terrain on ND, and engine failure procedure. We'll take it out over the ocean. About a 100 110 heading, or sorry, yeah, like a 100 110 heading out over the ocean to clean it back up, and then we'll figure out where we want to go from there. Otherwise, it's a VOR approach. It's a visual backed up with a VOR approach. It's going to be chart 13-3 dated 10 June 22. The frequency for the VOR is 110.4, and we go to the rad nav 110.4. That looks good. The final approach course is 324. Minimums is going to be 1,700. Or yeah, that's inbound from whatever this is, 1,700 all the way in. And the airport elevation is 123 feet. MSA around the Santorini VOR 3,500 feet. All quadrants. I'm going to configure using full flaps, low auto brakes. If we need to go miss, plan on doing a soft go around. Climb on a 324 radial at 2,500 feet, then a right climbing turn back to the VOR and hold. And when we do land, plan a left-hand turn off on Delta Charlie. We'll taxi right on into the ramp. Questions? No further questions. No questions. Excellent. Go ahead and prepare the flight attendants for landing as well. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. Excellent. Flight deck temperature is kind of warm. Cool you off, cool you off. Cool you off a little bit more. Excellent. So now we are on a segment of the approach, pretty much. we're on the arc. So right now we're doing a 10 nautical mile arc around Santorini. If I look off the wing here, there's Santorini right down there. Absolutely beautiful. Or what the temperature is outside. Hold on. Not quite warm enough. We'll get those on until we're all the way below the clouds. Let me bring that bridge chart up here, and I don't want to forget about our replay. So I need to begin recording. Track 1, there we go. Yep, go ahead and replace that. Excellent. And we are recording. Excellent. Alrighty, so we've slowed it up to 250 knots. I'll go ahead and select that speed. We can go ahead and let them know we're back in sterile. All the lights will come back on, and I will activate the approach phase here. There we go, and wow, it's showing us super high. Oh, no, we weren't that high. Alrighty. Don't go chasing a brick now. We got final app. Sweet. Missile approach altitude 3,500. Let's go ahead and do that. 3,500, that is set. Like, when you're up here, you're like, man, 10 mile, like, you're like, 10 mile arc, that's not really that far away. Dude, 10 miles seems pretty far away from the airport, if you ask me. Speeding back up again. Bring back the speed brakes. It's an A319, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to slow down. That helps if I turn off the engine anti-ice. That'll bring the idle down just a little bit. There we go. We'll idle just a little lower. Excellent. So on the VR approach, what we're really looking for is the inbound course plus or minus 5 on the needles. So that's why we have to hard tune the needles there. There's our transition. We got 1019er. Excellent. There we go. I'll bring the speed brakes back out again since it's going to throw us off just a tad bit. What I'll also do is I'll start bringing our speed back as well. I'll just set 170 for now. I don't think well, maybe we shall see. It is having a hard time going down. and slowing down. It is an older 319. Do have to remember that part. Flaps 1, speed verified. Flaps 2, speed verified. Excellent. Go ahead and get that all armed up. Yeah, I don't know why it's holding level here at 3,000. So what I'll do is go ahead and manage upper speed. Go drop the gear. Go flaps 3, speed verified. I'm going to click off the autopilot because we should be on our way down to 1700. Why it refuses to go down is beyond me. Autopilot's off. Excellent. For visual, continuing. Autopilot's off. Flight director's off. Give me the bird. You got the bird. The bird is a word. Alrighty. And flaps full. Speed verified. Before landing checklist. Altimeters, we have 1019er and 2700. Engine mode, norm, landing gear, down, and 3 green. ECAM memo, we're holding for the ECAM memo. Let me go ahead and get it going down a little bit. We're a little high here. So I can maintain this descent rate all the way to about 1,000 feet. Landing no blue before landing checklist is complete. I'll start backing off the descent right now. Looks like we're slowly coming back on profile. Continuing. So you can see if you actually stayed on the actual approach here, because we're still a little bit from that final approach fix and we're already dipping below that altitude constraint there. There's no way. I mean, it is an alpha approach or a bravo approach, which means there's only circling minimums. It's all circling, so, but we're going to treat this like a straight in. Seems like there's a 12-knot wind from the right here. All right, I'm going to bring the volume up. I'll talk to you on the ground.
Retard. Drive.
All right, deployed. Let the auto brakes bring us almost to a stop here. And I'll go manual braking 60. Excellent. We'll take the next taxiway here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Santorini. For those of you who don't know, Santorini is one of the Greek isles that has, it's kind of well known for their blue top roofs. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and we'll get the APU going here. This is a really short taxi in. There we go. Flaps up. Like directors off. We'll put you back in heading vertical speed. Excellent. We got all that going. Let's go ahead and bring sim volume back down. We'll head outside. And it's like, I guess, pick a parking spot. We'll just park straight ahead. How about that? That looks good right there. Excellent. We'll set the brakes, come back inside. APU is up and going. Seatbelt sign can come off. Excellent. Engine 2 can come off. Engine 1 can come off. We'll turn off all of our fuel pumps here. And the beacon light can come off. We'll do a fluid check one more time. There we go. Fluids. Fluids. No weird status messages there, and more fluids. Excellent. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and we can do well, first of all, let's go ahead, let's deboard. Let's begin the deboarding process. And here we want there we go. Excellent. So, the shutdown checklist, perp on and checked, engine masters, off, engine mode norm, speed brake disarmed, radar is off, wind shear is off, fuel pumps are all off, slides for disarmed, and the APU is on. Shutdown checklist is complete. There we go. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Santorini. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and stop our replay here. There we go. So stop the recording. There we go. That is all saved up and ready for us to review at a later point in time. Let's go ahead and let's see. How much fuel do we have on board? We have 12.5 on board. So what I'm going to do as well is we're going to go and... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go here. So we'll get our new flight plan up and going. There we go. And we're going to modify our fuel on board to be 12,500 pounds. There we go. That way. So what I did was I fueled us through here, but a port 33 will land runway 3. That looks good. I think everything else looks good there. So let's go ahead and generate that flight. And we can file this on the VATSIM. All right. So that's pre-filed on the VATSIM. View the PDF there. Let's see where we're at in terms of, okay, 0 boarded. Looks like the world's fastest deplaning. We'll import the next flight. And mass and balance, we'll go ahead and load the aircraft. 26 minutes to load the aircraft. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we'll do it. We'll do a full real-time load. How many people do we got? 143. They were taking a lot more out than we had coming in. Alrighty. In that case, yeah, a full 26 minutes here. Which is still, if you ask me, it's still a pretty quick turn. Let me go ahead and I'll get that playing a little bit then. Some turn music in the background. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Now that we got that going in the background. Runway 33 dry. Sync the prelim 136.2. So 136.2. There we go. Okay. Weather isn't syncing up here. The winds are 360 at 9. Or sorry, we don't get credit for headwinds. Alright, temperature is 13. And the altimeter is 1019. Is that right? No, it's 009. Alright, so it's always in inches of mercury. Okay, so I just need to know that. Alright, and we'll calculate that out, and we'll send that to this FMGC at the appropriate time, or the McDo at the appropriate time. Alrighty, so we will go ahead and get this back on so it's ready to record our checklist when that time comes. What happened? What did I do? I didn't know what I did. Oh well. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and set in our new cruising altitude is going to be 16,000 feet. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and get the flight directors back on. And I'll pre-select 16 in there. Alrighty. That looks good. Excellent. Let's go down to here. Doing a net request. So in real life, you'd have to hack your timer and wait 8 minutes. That's how long it takes for the old flight to clear out and the new flight to come into your FMGC. Let's see. I want menu. Atsu. AOC menu. Receive messages. Arrival. We have ops. Yep. Arrival message. Yep. And load sheet. We'll go ahead and accept that. Excellent. Let's go ahead and bring up the new flight. I can. View flight plan. Oh, yeah, there we go. It did import. Sweet. Alright, so we're gonna be Volotea 3318. There we go. Cost index is going to be 25. Cruising along at an altitude of 16,000 feet. It's -1 up there, so 19 degrees. The current temperature is 13 degrees on the ground. And if we go over to page 2, we'll zero out at the route reserve. our zero fuel weight is going to be 122.1. So 122.1. Oh yeah, we're definitely heavier than... We're definitely... When I say heavier, we're taking more passengers than when we came down. Okay. And a zero fuel weight CG of... max zero fuel weight CG. Okay, 29.2. Looks good. So we'll do 29.2. Excellent. Block fuel, we're looking at, what do I have here? Well, 12.5. All right. As what we did was we fueled through, so this is what we have, but our minimum is much less than that. So we'll go ahead and just leave that as is. Our flight plan, we will take off out of Santorini on runway 33. It's going to be the Netty 1 X-ray. Netty 1 X-ray to Nettis. Go ahead and insert that. That should take us out to Nettis. Then from there, we'll take the Mike 601 to MIL. Then we'll take the Lima 617 to Sorev. And then we'll do the Sorev 1 Quebec, runway 3 right. Arrival, let's do the X-ray to 3 right. And we're looking for the Sorev 1 Quebec. There we go. We'll go ahead and insert that. That should... Does it link up? No. Okay. Here's what I gotta do. There's an approach via Kilo Echo Alpha, I think. Then it will link up. Yeah, because I think I gotta unload you. So yeah, the arrival ends at Kilo Echo Alpha, and then from there we can take that transition right on into the approach. Cool. Yeah, alrighty. So that is all good there. Come back to our wins. Let's go ahead and request some wins. Go back to our performance page here. Yikes, that's what I wanted. And as you can see, we got a Flaps 3 departure out of here. It's weird that they do a Flaps 3 with such a high flex. Like, you would think, like, okay, Flaps 3 is not the most optimum. You know, like, maybe I do Flaps 2 with less of a flex. I don't know. So we'll send that to the MCDU. There we go. And like magic, it is in there. And let's go to... Black box in here. LGSR. Alrighty. So they do an NADP2 departure out of here. So we'll just update our altitudes here to be 1130 and 1130 and 1700. Don't know why the engine out acceleration altitude is slightly different, but it is what it is. There we go. Thank you very much, Black Box 7011. Descent speed 290 knots. That should work out perfectly fine there. And for our secondary flight plan, we'll go ahead and copy it. Let's see. What is the EO said? I mean, it's not too hard. When the EO said it's a right turn, and then you proceed up straight north, essentially, off the VOR. So we'll hard tune the SNI. I'll turn right and intercept the 360 radio on that 9 DME. We'll just hold. So what you could do is you could come in here and make a place bearing distance, right? So we want SNI 360 radial 9 DME. That's going to be our hold point. So So yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that down. Now we have a place bearing distance. Excellent. And what we can do is we can put right before that S&I. So we have the VOR, then we have the radial, place bearing distance. So it will essentially take us to the 360 radial there. And I don't need any of this nonsense here, whatever this is. Yeah, we can delete you and delete whatever intercept is. And then now we have a discontinuity. So we just make a right turn and we'll intercept that course on the way out. So there we go. And then we have a discontinuity after that. So it is what it is. Now that I do have that, so that's in our secondary. If we do need that, we can put it in our secondary. Now the nice thing is, for situational awareness, I have PBD 01, so I can go in here, go to fix info, go place bearing distance 01, insert that. But now I can do S&I 360. Oh, sorry, I don't just want S&I and then 360 radial. So now what we'll have is kind of a poor man's engine out procedure. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do. If we lose an engine, we'll just turn right, intercept this 360 radial all the way out to there and hold. That's what I forgot to do. Insert the hold. So let's go back to our secondary flight plan, and on our place bearing distance we want to hold 360 radial, I guess, will be the inbound right hand turn. So 360. Do they want us to hold north, or do they want us to hold south? It doesn't say. Doesn't make any sense, but there it is. North, right hand turns. It's time 1 minute, whatever. Alrighty. We could, if we wanted to, go 10-mile legs, because that's reasonable. Whatever. There we go. So now we go back to the secondary flight plan. We'll be able to see that. Look how long that racetrack is. Alrighty. And we'll just go up to 4,000 feet. So we'll take that all the way up to 4,000 feet and we'll hold there. Alright, actually, does it have an altitude to climb up to? Nope, it doesn't have an altitude to climb up to, so that is what it is. We'll call it 4,000 feet. Alrighty. So there we go. Excellent. Or I can just, you know what, I'll modify the hold with 1 minute legs. Who cares, right? Return. Here the hold. Go place right there, so let's hold 360. Right hand turns 1 minute. Okay, there we go. Return. There it is. Cool. That looks like a more sensible hold. Alrighty, excellent. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and verify our route. So we'll go ahead and put that down there. We'll put that on arc 10 nautical miles. Let's see. We have the, what is that? Netty 1 X-ray. So if we look at the Netty 1 X-ray, we'll hide you real quick. That's pretty simple. We're going to pretty much go straight out to whatever D7 is, 7 DME, and make a left-hand turn. 15 degrees of bank in the turn, okay, and 210 knots. And there it is, as the Santorini 7 DME. Make a left turn, 15 degrees bank of turn, 210 knots. We'll go all the way out to intercept 302 radio from Santorini. Again, for some reason, 210 knots. I don't know why it's still 210 knots for both turns. I don't think that's the case, but it is what it is. Alrighty. And we'll continue on out to Nettis from there. View flight plan. I don't know what I clicked on there. From there, we will proceed on out on the, what did I say? So Netis, and then Mike 601 will take us to MIL, then Lima 617 to Sorev, and then that's going to bring us on the arrival here. And we are looking at 139 miles, 159 miles. That's good enough. That's pretty close, right? Get us in the ballpark of where we're going. All right. Let's go ahead and do a departure briefing, shall we? Nope, I just got rid of you. I wanted the charts. There we go. Alrighty, so we will taxi. There's only one way to get to where we're going. That's runway 33 via Alpha and Golf. Plan on doing a flaps 3 flex. Standard reject consider. Well, no, it's not. Well, standard reject considerations. Any questions what we reject for? Nope. Alrighty, if we do lose an engine after V1, we'll continue on a right-hand turn to intercept the 360 radial from Santorini up to 9 DME, and we'll hold there. It's in the secondary, so we can just pull our heading, activate the secondary, and manage that all up again. That sounds good. We'll take it up to about 4,000 feet, work the ECAM, and figure out a plan of action from there. Otherwise, 16,000 is the top altitude, no departure frequency online today, and we're squawking 7,000. Anything you'd like to add to that, Ghost FO? Nope. All right. Excellent. Let's see. So the IRs are aligned. Ground control is on. Altimeters are looking correct. My EFIS is set how I want it to be set. We got an altitude in the window there. Our brakes are set. With the triple indicator is checked. ACP is set. RMP is set. And let's go ahead and check our position here. It actually has the gates right here. So we're on gate 2. Alright, so we look at gate 2. We should be 3624.2, 3624.2, and then 02528.4, 02528. We are spot on for our gate assignment. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We'll come up here. This looks reasonable. Should show the general heading of the aircraft, all the good information. We have V1 and V2. Climb and nav are blue. Flight directors 1 and 2. And we don't need to check the oxygen since we already did that. And we should be getting on here. We got about 20 more people to hold board, 22 more people to board. So with that, we can go ahead and go up top. We'll go ahead and get our fuel pumps going. External power's off. That's good. APU bleeder is on. We'll go ahead and turn the fastest seatbelt sign on at this time. And we will go ahead and do our final checks here. So fuel is on board and balanced. That looks good. Hydraulic fluids are acceptable. Pressurization, we have auto with a correct landing elevation. And our engine oil, ooh, looks good. We're at 18 quarts. That's good. Excellent. I wonder, so the other day I did have to get oil in the engines, and they did service them up to exactly 18 quarts. So I wonder if, like, whenever the engine oil gets low, if it just automatically services it in the Fenix, because I noticed that I don't think we had 18 quarts when we were in Athens, but I don't remember. I think we had like 15.5 if I remember correctly. No one want to go back in the stream and double check that number, but I think it was 15.5. Let's go ahead and get Fly Live. Swap you over Santorini to Athens. Same flight number. Excellent. Fly Live should have swapped over. Excellent. Yep. There we go. So the flight information board is now officially correct. Here we go. Kind of sad that FSLTL has been letting me down lately. Like, you've been getting to... This airport is just empty. I figured they would have something. Oh, come on. You know I said to have the stairs, didn't you? Don't you? Is it automatic? It's too late now, but, you know, I guess they're just magically coming up the airplane. There we go. More realistic. There we go. Because I do remember they definitely do like the front and back boarding over here. It's definitely a different experience. Like, not a lot of, you know, jet bridges and stuff like that over here in the EU. I mean, they do have jet bridges. They have a decent amount. I mean, look at Athens. It has a ton of jet bridges, but they definitely make use of the hard stands. All right, looks like we are all boarded up and ready to go here. We'll go ahead and dismiss you. I can go ahead and get the beacon on. I'll bring this up so it's ready to go. We'll go ahead and request a manual pushback. The tug is just not gonna appear out of nowhere. Cool. I never opened that up. Well, hello. Now goodbye. I thought I opened that up before I actually ran the checklist. I guess I didn't. Alrighty. We can do it before we start checklist. The recorder ground control is on. Flight forms and maintenance log is onboard reviewed aircraft Delta Hotel. Fuel quantity 12.5 required, 12.4 on board. Takeoff performance we have 122, 122, 126, and a flex 55. Oxygen is checked. Seatbelt sign is on. ECAM checked. Park brake is on and checked. MCU set. All temperatures is 1019er. Departure briefings reviewed before start checklist is complete. Alright, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I'll go ahead and go outside for the pushback one more. We'll be getting pushed back by the ghost pushback tug. Alright, let's go in backwards, shall we? Excellent. Let's go ahead and get those engines started, shall we? Alright, and there we go. Pushback is done. Don't even have to wait for a tug to be out of our way. Waiting for the gray bar to leave. And then we can start the number 2. There we go. That sounds like 2 good engine starts to me. Let's go flaps 3. Alrighty, after start checklist. The engine anti-ice is off. Status is checked. The rotor trim is 0. The after start checklist is complete. We're clear on the left. We're clear on the right. Yeah, why not? I can make this turn instead of continuing down the ramp. Alrighty. Gonna roll forward just a little, and then we're gonna crank that turn to the left here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, let's see. We can, well, first of all, let's see what we closed out at. We can go ahead and return loot sheet, prelim, accept. We do have another prelim. Loot sheet, accept. Let's see. This is going to be the closeout 122.1 and zero fuel 29.2. 29.2. Yep. We should be 28.0 for the Mac takeoff. Yep, 28.0. Excellent. Alrighty. Now we can do a flight control check. Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral and rudders. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. I kind of unlocked that before I got it all the way back into the neutral spot. We'll go there. Looking at 28%. So we go over. Click down. We want 28%. Somewhere around there. Looks good. Predictive wind shear and our takeoff config check is good. Let's do the before takeoff checklist all the way through. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Alright. Before takeoff checklist, flaps, 3 planned and 3 indicated. Takeoff data and speeds are checked. Weight 134.4. We were planning on 136.1, so that's good. Stab trim 20. We're looking at 28.0%. That's checked. Flight controls check. DCAM memo. Take off. No glue. Below the line, runway and FMS. We have runway 33 and the box on the screen and out the window. That is checked. Minimum takeoff fuel is going to be. Is this the right one? Yeah, that's the right release. 5.6 required. We got 12.2 on board. Flight attendants notified. Engine mode. Norm. TCAS. TA. Alright. The before takeoff checklist is complete. Either we're light or we're going downhill, and I think it's we're going downhill part. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Again, I forgot to turn the volume down, but that's quite all right, because we are ready to go. No one is on final. No one is on the runway there. We'll go ahead and let the flight attendants know we're taking the runway. Boop. Slow down there, buddy. Alright, alright, alright. Let's do this one more time, shall we? Alright, 50%. And let's go. Flex. Thrust set. $80 checked. V1, rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Go ahead, get the autopilot on this time. Get that flyby view going. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Gonna wait till I get a bigger positive trend in airspeed before I bring the climb thrust in. There we go. All right. Climb is set. Flaps 1. See if I can get the good flap projection here. It's kind of insidious, like how big and how mountainous Santorini is. Like, it doesn't look like we're looking at a mountain, but the entire island is sloping up to just underneath the wingtip there. That's crazy. There we go. Maps up after takeoff checklist. Bring the sounds down just a tad bit there. See if we can get a quick little outside shot. Oh, look at there. Santorini in the background. We're about to make the left-hand turn. Let's see if the airplane actually does it. Let's see if the airplane actually holds the 15 degrees of bank. Oh, no. Airplane. That's about 20 degrees of bank, sir. Alrighty, we're transition standard. Go ahead, turn the anti-ice on. It's holding the speed, but it's not doing the correct bank angle. It is what it is. I don't know if that is a thing that could be programmed into the FMC to hold a specific bank angle. It's odd. Oh, I gotta take a picture of this. Oop. One more. Might go up a little bit. Trying to get it where, like, there we go. The logo's right in that little, like, harbor. There we go. Something different. There we go. Alrighty, all of that, and we're through 10. I think we're done with the anti-ice, and I can go ahead and disarm the speed brakes there. Alright. Let's see, zoom out just a tad bit there. We'll turn off the VOR on both sides now that we definitely don't need that. Alright, and speed error at... Okay. Let's, what was I gonna do? I went down here to do something. Speed brakes are disarmed. I forgot. Oh, I don't need this hard tuned. That's what I was gonna do. Don't need that hard tuned. Excellent. And for the secondary flight plan, we'll just go ahead and copy the active since we don't need that anymore. Excellent. There we go. And if we really want to, we can take out our fixed infos here. So we can go into our fixed info page. We can clear our place bearing distance and Santorini. Excellent. There we go. Climbing on up. 15 for 16. And let's go ahead and select a nice okay cruising speed of about 340 knots. There we go. We'll choose that. We'll get the wing light off, and we can turn the fast seatbelt sign off at this time as well. Excellent. Get some. Let's see if we can do some island. See some islands. It's a little cloudy down there for it, but you know, that's one of the great things about flying down in this part of the world is there's so much right outside your window to see. Alrighty, I'll get the in-flight tunes going again there for us. Here we go. And we continue to island spot on our way up. It looks like a little island there, an island there. Looks like one in the hold on the clouds there. So... Wow. You can't make these views up. You literally can't make these views up. Alright. Let's go inside real quick. Verify our arrival here. So we'll go into plan. 10 nautical miles. We're in constraints. Excellent. Let's go in here. Oh, there's not much to this arrival, huh? Enter destination data. I will get to it in a second. Don't you worry about that. We have... Well, that's not part of it. It's just soar at or above 8,000. And then we have Kilo Echo Alpha, also at or above 8,000. And then from there, we'll proceed on the transition to the ILS to runway X-ray, ILS X-ray 03 right. So we want Alpha Victor 472. That's going to be at or above 4,000. Then we got Alpha Victor 471, Alpha Victor 470, Alpha Victor 469, and Alpha Victor 466, max speed of 220 knots. That looks good. I should probably pop this up here so you guys can follow along as well. How do I like doing it? Like that. There we go. Much better. So we got 466, and then we're going to come back Alpha Victor 463. That looks good. And then we got Alpha Victor 443. Alpha Victor 442 at or above 4,000. That looks good. Alpha Victor 441. Max 185 knots. And above Oh, 3,200 feet. Yep, there we go. And then from there, we should have the runway. So from there to the runway should be 5 miles and a 3-degree glide slope. And we're showing... Is that 5 miles? No. 9 total. I don't know what the step down is or whatever that is. So 9 miles, 30-degree glide slope. That looks good for the missed approach. Climb on course 032 to Alpha Victor 445. So it's pretty much we're going to hit a bunch of RNAV points. 445 max 210 knots. Then 447. And then back around to the Kilo Echo Alpha VOR there, and we'll hold. So top altitude is 5,000 there. Transition altitude 9,000 feet. I think it's 10,000 feet, something like that. Excellent. So that is all reviewed and verified. The single engine mist will be the same. We'll pretty much fly the published mist, but instead of going all the way to the VOR, where that has something right here, we'll just hold out over the ocean. Perfectly fine. We can do that. Alrighty, so that's in there. Let's see. The minimums, Cat 1 is 777. So let's get rad nav. We got a IATR 111.1. Is that what the I don't know? Yeah, IATR. Sweet. So that is checked. Progress. We want LGAV 03R. There we go. We'll pop that in there just for like some slight situational awareness. And let's go ahead and look and see what's the weather like there right now. Weather is 020 at 5. The temperature is 09. And the QH is 1020. So we'll go ahead and set that. 777 is the minimums there, so we'll put 777 in there, and we'll use auto brake slow. Excellent. Come back up here. I'll go back to arc. Let's go ahead and set our minimums of the new local altimeter. 1020. Set once. Set twice. And set thrice. There we go. Muy bien. So, yep, did a little bit of everything on that last trip. A little bit of de-icing. Got to see a little bit of snow. Got to land in a little bit of winds. And I'm okay with that. I get the next week off. And so I am just going to sit at home and watch this next snowstorm wreak havoc on the U.S. And that's my plan. Let's see. What should I be doing here? I should be doing something. What's the bottom side? I want to be at, I think it's 4,000. Let's go ahead and do 4,000 for now. And I'll go ahead and manage up the speed. I'll get that speed coming back first. Sweet, speed's coming down, so the engines don't spool up. We'll just go ahead and manage that descent now. Excellent. There we go. We're coming on down. We'll go ahead and get the wing light on, seatbelt sign on. We need to check our status. And okay, that all looks good there. Let's do a descent checklist. The altimeters. Transition level is 100. Auto brake low. Perf approach page. is set. The arrival briefing is reviewed. The Sorev, I do not know how to say this, Sorev 1 Quebec, and a visual approach backed up with the ILS. Oh, I actually didn't brief it. We reviewed the arrival, but I didn't brief it up. Alrighty, so we'll be doing the Sorev 1 Quebec, the first restriction we just crossed. And the next restriction is Kilo Echo Alpha, above 8,000. Plan on doing the ILS X-ray runway 03 right. It'll be a visual backed up with the ILS since it's actually pretty good out right now. So, yeah, we'll do that. Flaps full, auto brakes low. If we need to go miss, plan a soft go around. And special engine failure procedure, we'll follow the published go around procedure until we're just past 0 Alpha Victor 447 going southbound over the water. We'll just hold over the water. How about that? Let's see. And when we do land, I forgot to brief a turnoff here. We can plan on probably a Delta 9 turnoff. That's what I'm thinking. We hook around and then take Charlie. We'll just park pretty much where we started at and call that a day. Any questions? Nope, no questions. Excellent. Thank you, Ghost FL. You're always on my side. Alright, let's see if we can see any more. Ooh, look at this island down here. Wow. I wonder if that's the... yeah, I wonder if that's whatever Kia is. Kilo Echo Alpha. Let's see. No, it's not. And I don't speak Greek, so I don't know how to say whatever that is. Alrighty, let's go ahead and prepare the flight attendants for landing. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. There we go. We'll get the 10,000 foot call here sooner versus than later. Definitely seems like this airplane wants to like trend high. I don't know if like it's a VNAV thing. I don't know. It could be because I'm in a different country and I'm like not familiar, and it just seems like the airplane just wants to stay super high and leave me high on profile. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out this time. First landing, we came high the entire time, so I can understand why that didn't come out good. Let's see if we can get a good one out of this one. We're over this island now. So the VOR is like somewhere on this side of the island. That might actually be the VOR station right there. Right there. I don't know if it's actually modeled in Flight Sim, but you know, it is what it is. Let me go ahead and see. I need the engine anti-ice. Yep. Go ahead and pop those suckers on right now. And let's go ahead and get all of our lights on and ding them back into sterile. There we go. Wait, why would you wait until... No, now I gotta push the level off. It was so weird. Why would you do that? Airplane. Unless the speed restrictions in Europe were different, but that doesn't make any sense. There we go. More reasonable. I don't know what you're thinking, airplane. And it is like that. Ooh, okay. Athens traffic, Volotea A319 is over Alpha Victor 472 on the ILS X-ray 03 right, Athens traffic. All right, we have the one person apparently taxiing out right now, an Aegean. Hopefully I said that right. Volotea. So we're transition now. So let's go ahead and set that once, twice, and thrice. Excellent. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and take command of the speed. We'll activate the approach phase here. Sorry, nope, I want performance. We'll activate the approach phase. And yeah, because I have no clue why we're doing a 500 foot per minute descent, but why not? Let's go ahead and begin slowing it up to 220 knots. Athens traffic, Volotea 3318 is over Alpha Victor 471 on the ILS X-ray runway 03 right, Athens traffic. All right, let's go ahead and let's get rid of our in-flight entertainment there. There we go. We'll go ahead and silence that, and we will get flight recorder recording. This will be landing number 2. There we go. Excellent. And it is recording. Sweet deal. All right. So I guess I'll tell him here in a little bit. We're pretty much going to be on a 25-mile right base is what it's going to be. I'll update him as we make our turn. Turn inbound on the ILS. Athens traffic, Volotea A318 is 24 miles south of the field over Alpha Victor 469er for the ILS X-ray 03 right, Athens traffic. There we go. So 220 knots, that is the maximum speed there. So we are holding that just perfectly fine. I might, once we pass it, I might slow it up to 210 knots. It'll be perfectly fine. I think the slight headwind here is helping our descent profile. So there we go. Bring the range in just a hair there. Not much to see in the turn here. Certainly hasn't warmed up any. There we go. Reset that view. There we go. That's an ocean. Seems about right for Greece. Let me clear this company message out. I thought I had gotten all the messages before. I guess I did not receive messages. Oops, ADC delay. I know. We'll go ahead and put you on performance page. Actually, let's put you on flight plan, put you on performance just in case. There you go. We'll do 3,200 there. Athens traffic, Volotea 3318 is 5,700 feet descending on the ILS X-ray 03 right, currently about 18 miles to the south of the field. Athens traffic. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and we can slow it up to 210 knots now. Loke's coming in. Looking good. I might have to wait a few more miles before I actually arm their approach. Flaps 1. Speed verified. There's our glide slope. Go ahead and activate both of the activate the approach phase. Low capture. There we go. Excellent. I'll go ahead and get this down to like 100 and hopefully 70 knots. That will be a nice, good, solid area for me to be in. There we go. Glide slope capture. We can set the missed approach altitude. That is going to be 5,000 feet. There you go, 5,000 is set. Our runway's in sight. Continuing. Athens traffic, Volotea A319 is 12 miles to the south of the airport on the ILS X-ray 03 right. Athens traffic. Have a good flight, bud. Alright, this isn't wanting to slow down that much, so what you can do, this is what you gotta do sometimes with 319. You have the option. You can go speed brakes out, or a much better way to do things is to drop the gear, which is probably what I will do. So we'll drop the gear, we'll see what drag that adds, and then if I need to, I'll go more speed brakes. See how the gear is taking a little bit of time, but the gear is slowly bringing that speed back under control. Another useful thing for the gear is that the airplane starts getting in this like teeter-tottering motion because of the wind, where it's just like kind of like rocking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. If you drop the gear, it will stop that teeter-totter motion. Alrighty, flaps 2, speed verified. And we'll go ahead and just manage up our speed at this time. Sweet deal. I'll arm the speed brakes. There we go. My mode C is on. Just turn it on just in case. It should be on. It should be automatic. In the Airbus. No matter if you're weight on wheels or weight off wheels. Yep, it should be automatic. So we'll just leave that on for now. Flaps 3, speed verified. And lastly, flaps full, speed verified. Before landing checklist, altimeters 1020 and 1720. Engine mode norm. Landing gear is down. 3 green in the ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Before landing checklist is complete. Alright, I'm going to turn this in volumes up. I will see you all on the ground. Somehow missed the 1000 call out, but we're stable. Oh, that's good. Autopilot's off. Got a nice little headwind. That's why you see ground speed mini is so high, or VREF is so high. It's because ground speed mini has taken over. Hopefully, as the winds die down, you'll see the ground speed mini slowly come back to VREF +5.
100 above. Minimum 500. Retard. 10, 5.
80. Manual braking. 60. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Athens. With the beautiful Olympic hangar right just in front of us. There we go. We'll make this turn here on Delta 8. And we'll take Charlie on in. Athens traffic, Volotea A319 is clear of runway 303 right on Delta 8. We'll be taxiing back to the apron via Charlie and Hotel Athens traffic. Excellent. Alrighty. So, now that we did all that, flaps up. Light director's off. LS is off. We'll get the lights off. Get the taxi light going. And we can turn those off. Excellent. And, oop, almost forgot. Gotta get the APU up and going. I wonder if that's a online guy as well, seeing as FSLTO clearly isn't supplying me with any airplanes right now. Oop. Oh, yeah. Another Aegean out there. Hopefully I'm saying that's right. Aegean, something like that. I love that new livery, though. Tomorrow's night stream may be an Aegean flight. Alright, just past this terminal is a taxiway hotel. We'll taxi right back to the hard stand that we started on, and then we can go ahead and get into our replays. So I will go outside. Let's go ahead and turn this taxi light off. Let's go outside. There we go. We will end this in the same exact spot we started at. The scenery is so insanely detailed. So glad I picked it up. Now I gotta like. Now I'm like, I definitely have to do more Athens flying now that I got this. It just looks so accurate, so realistic, down to the grooves in the pavement. Like, it's spot on. Like, again, I've only been to Athens once, but from what I remember, looks just like this. Sorry, I've been to Athens twice now, but it looks just like this. There we go. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Athens. Let's go ahead and get that second replay stopped. There we go. Excellent. Let's load up the first replay here. Hopefully, I don't blow your ears out in the process, so go ahead and hit the play button. There we go. I will fast forward. Oh, look at that VR approach. The VR approach is amazing. Alrighty. So we'll let everything get all settled there before I continue on. Dude, look at this pass. Alright, nah. Nah, I gotta get the window view of that. I have to get a window view of that. Alright. Alright. So we'll take it from here. We get like the water view. I love it when you like can see the water. And then it's just like, boom, you're on the ground. Like you're like when you go down to any of the islands and you land and it's like, you're like, where's the ground at? I mean, not bad. Could it have been better? Yeah, but not bad, not bad. I definitely need to get like a touchdown monitor. Here, let's get might do things a little out of order on this one. Alrighty. You know what? Let's go outside, get an outside view. Well, let's back that up real quick. How close was I to hitting whatever this tree was here? Good lord. Did it look like it was low coming in? No, okay. It was just the angle when I spawned in. Alright, there you go. Not bad, not bad. Landed in a crab, which that's one of the techniques. I like doing it in the sim because it's just hard to fill everything out versus trying to decrab it. No, if you were going to try to decrab it, I would recommend you do it like one captain told me a long time ago. Wait until you can hardly stand it and then begin your decrab. Alright, I really want to get this view in because this view looks amazing. Just like, look at the switchbacks on this mountain. Oh my goodness. Absolutely stunning. Ooh, I forgot to sign off. I've had some. Ooh, hold on. Sorry. I don't think anyone was on. Yeah, the switchbacks on the mountain was insane. I mean, not bad, not bad. I'll take it. I did notice that, like, there definitely are some, like, covered bunkers here, which makes me think, like, does the Air Force have, like, a unit here where they put their airplanes in those bunkers to protect them? All right. I don't know why. All right. There really needs to be a button more so than anything else. All right, so we'll leave it right about there. I'll decouple the camera real quick. And, nope, that did not decouple, did it? Nope. There we go. All right, run it back. Where'd you go? Oh, there we go. Coming in. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It almost felt like I rolled that one on. You almost rolled it on, but it wasn't for the crosswind there. Probably, or if I had just decrabbed it just a little bit more, I probably would have rolled that on nice and smoothly. All right, let's go ahead and bring that camera back up, and let's go ahead and load replay número dos. All right, so let's see. All right, we'll give the simulator some time to catch up to itself there. Things are loading in. All right, all right, all right. A little bit closer. All right. Go ahead and release that. Which side? Yeah, we'll do that side. Then we'll switch it up on the next one and do the other side. How about that? See, this one, I could have committed to the flare a little bit more than I did. So that's all right. I'm not mad about it, you know, but could have been a little bit better, you know? The airport has an IKEA. I think that's hilarious. I guess IKEA is like an international phenomenon, just not like a USA thing. Oh, okay. Okay, FSLTL. Now you put in traffic. I mean, Not bad. Those are 2 landings that I will solidly take anytime. All right, let's get an external shot of this real quick. A few external shots, I should say. Like getting like that shot right there. I wonder if there's like a preset cam for like the wheel cam, like the underbelly cam. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like the camera's in between the 2 mains looking forward at the nose gear. That's kind of like what I'm going with this camera. This one just kind of like plopped out of the sky on me. It was alright. Could have been better, but I will take any good landing I can get. All right, there we go. Let's go into this camera. Excellent. I will decouple the camera again, the drone camera. There we go. And let's rewind it. Wow, I just realized there's a huge displaced threshold there. What's the wind doing? Like, look at the windsock on this replay. Seems like it's a direct crosswind, even though I know it was pretty much a headwind. So I don't know. I think the windsock must be bugging. Absolutely beautiful. Chat, absolutely beautiful. I'll take that. Any day of the week. I mean, the centerline control could be a little bit better, but that's okay. There we go. I mean, I can't complain. Pretty much right on the touchdown zone marker. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'll take that. I will take that. All right, let's go back inside for the last replay here. Let's go take it all the way up front here. Now, let me go ahead and release the parking brake, since that's going to get mad at us for having the parking brake on. Alrighty, let us go back. Oh no. Dummy Thick says, howdy, how are you doing, Dummy Thick? Thank you for showing up right just in time. We're at the end of our turn and burn Tuesdays. We did a trip from Athens down to Santorini. So glad you could come and at least see the very last landing here back in Athens. Again, we took out the Volotea Airbus, which in real life I actually did fly on. I didn't fly the airplane. I flew on it going down to Santorini and back. So a little bit of a trip down memory lane for me, but so glad that you were able to come out and make it on this last replay landing we got here. I'll go ahead and move the camera up to the front there. And I'd like to thank you for coming on out. Come on and stay for the last landing, why don't you? Max Racing, Draco, once again, thank you all for coming out. For all of you who showed a little bit of love by hitting that like button, a little bit of love by hitting that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Until the next time I see you guys, my name is Grey Eagle. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Till then, peace.